this might be one of the most powerful things I have said to men in the 7 years that I have been doing content. This is a special message for men. Women, you're more than welcome to listen, but this is coming from my heart and it's going directly to men. And so that's who the audience is for. All right. Do me a quick favor, drop your city and state. The reason why I want to do this is I want to see, one, where you guys are watching from. Two, it really helps with engagement. And I really, truly, truly want as many people to see this live as possible. Do me a favor, if there are any men who you feel are discouraged about dating, any men who feel like it's really a toxic environment for men to be in right now, men who are discouraged and feel like women just don't get you guys, please, please, please share this with men who fit that description, okay? Because that's exactly who I'm talking to today. Thank you for doing that, you guys. It really helps with the algorithm so that I can push it out to more people, because I have like 13,000 people, but when I come on, it usually shows about 40 people. So this really helps if you guys make a comment and things like that. Okay, so let's get into it without further ado. So this is what I want to say. First things first is that I want to acknowledge this 100% so that you guys don't think that you're like delusional or losing your mind. I want to confirm this. Traditional masculinity has been attacked. It has been attacked, I would say, for at least 4, 5, 6 decades. That was 60 years, okay? So starting in the 60s, there was a massive attack on masculinity. Now, it's one thing to say there are things that are broken in the system. It is another to say, let's just throw the baby out with the bathwater. And what's being thrown out, what the baby is in this analogy, is traditional masculine, the masculine role, okay? So I'm going to be, and if you just notice, I just posted a reel that talks about wounded masculinity. That would be what we call simp. And we have toxic masculinity, which we would call an a-hole, right? Or an F-boy. But there is such a thing as healthy, divine, healed, masculine energy. And for women who are healed, oh, ain't nothing like a masculine man, okay? I literally just got goosebumps right now, just thinking about the essence of a healed masculine man. A healed masculine man is so intoxicating. Literally, it causes her to wake up. Like, you don't have a choice. If you guys have heard that joke where say a woman is like, man, it just takes a certain type of guy to tell me to sit down. And I'm just like, okay, daddy. Healthy masculine energy evokes submission from a woman. Even if she's fussing the whole way, okay, she's still sitting down, okay? So I'm not coming at you, I promise you. For those who are new to my page, I understand there's a lot of women who are man haters and they're just spewing all this stuff. I'm not one of those people. When I am talking about masculine energy, it is not from a sense of shame, 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 you're doing something wrong. I'm going, y'all get hip to this game because it's a panty dropper if you can figure out this combination. Okay, so the very first thing you need to understand is I am on your side and I see what you see. I see that there are women who are displaying man-hating behavior. Okay, literally, they are so hurt, and in their defense, they have been programmed and manipulated and brainwashed into thinking that because you have a male member down there, you are automatically enemy. And that's a lie from the pit of hell, okay? Men, just because you have a male member does not mean that you're evil and wicked, okay? So that is a lie that has caused so much pain in our community, that has caused men to be put behind bars without being, deserving it. It has caused people to be fearful of you that they should not be. It's kind of like, and this is the sad part, if you're a black man, not only do you have the hatred because you're a man, but then you have the scarlet letter of being a black man. So you're already, America's most wanted because you're a man, or you're already wanted, and not in the good way because you're a man, but then you're America's most wanted because you're a black man. So this is not to segregate my audience and make people who are not black, feel uncomfortable. It's not that. I'm trying to say I see you, I hear you. So I believe that all men are under attack right now. I believe especially, okay, on top of that, you add the black. So we already have major racism. If you don't think we have a racism against black people in America, then honey, you're one of the problems, okay? If you don't see it. But if you also don't see the hatred against men, you're part of the problem, okay? There is a lot of rhetoric that is saying all, only, never. That is hatred. If it's not hatred, because usually it's not consciously hatred. If you ask a person, they don't go, I hate black people or I hate men. It's not conscious. It's usually coming from a place of fear, okay? Fear and pain. Pain is, they act out that way because they are afraid that they are going to be in pain. So for some people, they're afraid that, oh, you're going to take my slice of the pie. So they act in a way that's afraid. Okay, but it comes across as hateful, but they themselves are not sitting there consciously like, oh, I hate them, right? I don't know what kind of voice that is, like a little troll. But understand, and I'm saying this so that you can take the personalness out of it. When a woman comes at you, she's not coming at you because she gets off on coming at you. She is coming at you because in her mind, she's only defending, okay? She's perceiving that your dukes are up. So she's like, oh, that's what we're doing. And she's putting her dukes up. Okay. So Gargamel. So understand that. Okay. So that's the first thing. Understand I am on your team. I am one of the biggest advocates that you will find prayerfully. Okay. And those who have followed my content for a while know this. I put my money where my mouth is. I have skin in the game. I love, love, love men. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The second thing is, I want to empathize because a lot of men say, feels like we're being picked on. Feels like we're being told that we're the only ones who are the problem. It feels like the women are just getting this pass and anything they do is fine and we just have to adjust. Let me tell you, I understand it feels that way. But let me tell you this. The ladies tell me the same thing. Yancy, why do you always talk about what we have to do? Why don't you address the douchebags? Why don't you address the men that abandon their children? Why don't you talk about the men? And what do I say to the women? The same thing I'm about to tell you. You can only change what you can control. Otherwise, you are a victim. If you are, you're a victim either way, right? If someone mistreats you, you're a victim. But if you don't recognize your own power, then now you're a powerless victim. If I'm going to be a victim no matter what, okay, I'm a victim. Okay, I can't do anything about that. I want to be a victim with power. Let me give you an example. Somebody might club me over the head, drug me, and take me back to a cave, okay? I'm a victim. That's a fact. Nobody can deny that. Everybody empathizes with me. However, if my captor goes to take, a little potty break or takes a nap, and I see an opening in the door, I have to understand that I have the power to get up and run out now that the drugs have worn off my system or I notice that I've been able to wiggle a little bit of room. If I don't even try to wiggle out of my restraints, I am not accessing my power. If I don't keep my head on a swivel and look for an opening or wait for an opportunity for my captor to be off his guard, I now am not doing everything in my power. Okay. So that is a spirit in which I am talking. When I talk about things, if I only focus on things out of your power, that's truly not having your back. That's empathy. Oh, there. You met a gold digger. There. You met a man who only wants you for sex. That's the extent I can do. There. Oh, come here. That doesn't help you. It comforts you, but it doesn't help you. It does not get you out of the cage. It's just me like coming over a radio going, oh, you poor dear, you're held hostage. Oh, and then what? You die there in the cave. Okay. So this is the role that I have taken on. I am going to tell you, hey, this guy goes and takes a pee every day at 12 o'clock. Hey, the cave is open from this time to this time. Hey, you have the most sunlight at this time. I'm going to spend my energy giving you all the tools that you can have to make the most out of your crappy situation. So again, number one, you are in a crappy situation. You're not in denial. You're not imagining things. You are in a very sucky situation. You have been having people come against you strategically for the last 6 decades. You're not imagining things. Number one. But number two, I need you to put your big boy pants on, your big girl pants on, and say, you know what? This sucks, but my God, I'm gonna find a way out of these restraints. Okay, are you with me? Can you guys comment, got it, or something if you got it, okay? Because on my end, I'm just looking at a camera. So I don't know if y'all are like this or you're like, yes, you know? I can't tell. I can just see numbers, okay? So let me know if this is making sense to you, and the hearts help too. Thank you. All right? So that being said, hopefully you can listen with an open mind when I'm about to talk to you about masculine energy. When I posted the post that said, ladies do not like having the option of the simp or the asshole. Those options suck. That's what I was saying in the video. Simp, asshole. It's like delicious meal with a hair in it or disgusting meal that looks beautiful and it's sanitary. Like, those are horrible options. But because I used the term, I said, oh, we can't control what she picks. People were thinking like, I'm just like, oh, I just pick whoever. No, that's not what I was saying. So I'll take it on me. If there was something unclear about the way I said it, that is not what I'm saying. Trust and believe there are some fine men who have woken her up to where I had to do some cold showers. Woo! But I don't choose them. She chose them, but I, conscious me, did not choose them. So do not get it twisted. Don't get it confused what she's saying. Okay? What we're saying is we consciously with our minds choose our partner, but it would be really great if she and she could be on the same page. We don't want the guy who looks good on paper. Oh, he's great. He doesn't have kids and he has a great job and he's really stable, but he is horrible when it comes to his masculine energy. Okay? She's like, and then you wonder why we are not ripping your clothes off. You're wondering why when it comes time for sex, we're like, you're done. Okay. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I talk to women privately. I understand the struggle. I counsel women who are wanting to leave their husbands. I am trying to give you the insider scoop. So come here. Let me tell you what it is, okay? If you can understand divine, aka healthy masculine energy, you command, she doesn't have a choice, you command respect from a woman and admiration. What man doesn't want that? That's what made me fall in love with my husband. Oh, wow. Look at him. That's what it was. It wasn't the fact that he was playing games with me. It wasn't the fact that he was playing hard to get. He didn't have to play anything. Before he met me, he exuded masculine energy. Oh my God. Masculine energy. Oh. Now, some men have masculine energy, but they don't love the woman. They don't adore her. So this becomes toxic. That's the asshole. Okay? So the woman doesn't understand why she's like, oh God, oh, she's hot and bothered. She's like, whew, whew. And she's like, oh, whew. But in her mind, she's like, this guy's a jerk. Why do I feel this way? Calm down, lady. Calm down, lady parts. And this ignorant woman, okay, don't get mad at her, don't judge her. She's ignorant. She doesn't get what's happening. And she's like, because she's weak-minded. She doesn't know how to control her emotions. She just listens to this thing. She's like, and then she falls into the intoxicating trap of the toxic man, ends up having her baby. She gets run through, whatever. And now y'all don't want her. The virtuous men don't want her, okay? That woman is drawn to that toxic man because it's not voluntary. Like, this thing has a mind of its own, just like you guys have a mind of its own, okay? And I don't even mean just sex. I'm saying attraction. She gets butterflies. Because women, they don't walk around horny like that, right? Like, I mean, yes, we have horniness, but we are drawn by our emotions. So the same way you guys are like, and it's not voluntary. You could be like, man, she's a biatch, but dang, she's fine, right? It's involuntary. This thing, for us, this is what's involuntary. So women come to me crying, saying, he's a jerk. I know this in my head. He's a jerk in my head, but this thing is palpitating. Oh man, this thing is palpitating. How do I make it stop? I know he's a jerk. I know he's a jerk. He's in prison and he can't even take care of me and he cheats on me. Oh, but this thing is heart palpitating. Why? Because this thing is responding to polarity. That man has mastered masculinity. And so she can't help the polarity. This attracts, okay? Masculine energy goes, grabs her. We don't have a choice. But the woman is weak mentally and she doesn't know how to fight it. So because I am now not weak by the grace of God, I had to figure out how to do that. And that's what I coach people. I charge people a lot of money to do this because it's a big deal to change their life. When a woman is able to go, I don't care that this is happening, I'm going to choose with my head. No, I'm not going to hang out with you. No, I'm not going to have sex with you. No, I'm not going to have babies with you. No. It takes a lot of work. Just like men, it takes a lot of work for this thing to be, and you're like, no, I'm not going to hang out with you. No, I'm not going to have sex with you. No, I'm not going to pay your rent money. Men have to figure out also how to control their attraction and their mind. But here's the thing. When a woman can get it to, right? This is like spirituals, not just your member, okay? This is just an analogy. But when she can attract you on that animalistic level and on paper, she's everything you want, that's when you propose. Dang, this girl, she does something to me. I'm just, and she's a good person, and she's considerate, and she's kind, and she thinks of me. And she has her stuff going on. She doesn't really like need me, but she makes me feel so needed. That's what happens to you, okay? Because she has attracted you in a way that you can't control. You have no control over this part, but she also makes you go, yeah, I choose her consciously. So the masculinity that makes us, we can't control that. And that's the part that I'm trying to teach you. Thank you for the badge, Yogi Life. I'm trying to teach you all the things that you can do that put us under your spell. Okay? Now, I don't like to teach it because, what do they say? It could fall in the hands of an evil person. It could fall in the hands of a man who is not going to be, what is it? Along with power comes great responsibility. There are a lot of men who do not handle it responsibly. And how do you handle it responsibly? You only do this to women you love and adore. Do not pull her in with your masculine voodoo. Don't pull her in with your masculine voodoo if you're not going to love and adore her. Now, if you're going to love and adore her, by all means, pull her in. And this is what I tell women. Do not pull in a masculine man with your feminine energy. Don't pull him in. Hey, Big Daddy. Don't do that if you don't respect him and you're not going to admire, or you don't admire him. Cut that crap out. That makes you a gold digger. That makes you a cunning you-know-what. Do not accept the dinner with him if you can't in any world imagine yourself one day bent over with him. Can we just make it real clear? I don't care if you're abstaining until marriage. I don't care if you're trying to be godly. That's not the point. At some point, a godly woman's going to be bent over. Can we be like really, really real? It's not about waiting till marriage. It's about sexual attraction. If you are in no way attracted to him, if the thought of him coming into you physically makes you bleh, or you're just like indifferent, do not accept the date. Period. That's scandalous. That's disgusting. That's karma. You're putting that into the world. I'm going to use this person for what I can get out of it, knowing good and well I'm never going to give back to them. That is the same thing as a man banging some chick, knowing good and well you would never take her home to your mom. If you know off top, man, I wouldn't even want this girl to be seen on my front porch, let alone my mom's house. Do not call her. Do not say, hey, big head, what you doing? Do not compliment her. Stop liking her pictures on Instagram. This is ethics, okay? Y'all want to act like, oh, my God, it's no big. No, if it's no big deal for you, then it's no big deal when it's done to you. You want to minimize it and say, well, she has a choice to say no to sex. Well, you have a choice to say no to dinner, but guess what? You're not a freaking mind reader. You're giving the person the benefit of the doubt that if they're taking something sacred from you, they are going to try to give you the best of them. Come on now. Let's stop playing games. Let's keep it a buck, okay? So let me bring it back to the poised. I'm still learning, y'all. I'm still learning. I'm trying to teach people all the tricks. I'm trying to teach you the secrets. But if you keep saying, I don't want to do anything else on my side, because that sounds like I'm getting the other person off the hook, then you've completely missed it. You've completely missed it. Stop focusing on what the other person is not doing. Those people are not relevant. Do you think... Not the suburban side of the tracks. Do you think that I give a crap about what toxic men do? No, guess what? Because they're not part of my world. I don't level up because I'm worried about a toxic man. I level up because I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be the best version of myself. I left my husband 7 years ago. We're not even living together right now. So it's not even me trying to be good for my husband. I want to be the best person that I can be before God. And if my husband sees something, which he has seen, and he's like, doggone, you've been doing some work, that is a bonus. If I do it strictly for the other person, then guess what? If they don't ever give me validation, I'm going to stop. You have to do it for yourself, okay, in the natural. And if you are a person who is spiritual and recognizes who God is, you do it to glorify God. I'm not going to smash women that I don't love because it does not glorify God. I'm not going to go to dinner with men who don't have a chance with me because it doesn't glorify God. I'm not going to abuse my boss and steal this stuff because it doesn't glorify God. I'm not going to take advantage of my employee and work them because they're loyal to me because it doesn't bring glory to God. You have to have your own set of ethics, ladies and gentlemen. If we keep trying to find loopholes, we're just going to find loopholes, and it's going to give us an excuse to ourselves to be jerks, to be gold diggers, and to be players, okay? We are hurting. Like, how much more do you need a wake-up call? What we're doing is not working. The Matrix's way, the way mainstream media is teaching us, wake up, smell the coffee, it's not working. So many people give me the excuse on my page. They're like, well, the women are toxic, so I'm going to be toxic. And the women, well, the men are toxic, so I'm going to be toxic. So everyone's just standing around the pool peeing into it? How does that make sense? We all have to swim in it. What kind of logic? How about you figure out how to put chlorine in? You know what? Let's find some chlorine. Let's invest in some filters. You know what? And then as people see my side, oh, you know, the jacuzzi. Whoa, the jacuzzi doesn't have green algae floating on it. Wow, the jacuzzi doesn't have debris floating in it. It's not clogged. What are they doing in the jacuzzi? Huh. And then those people start to add the chlorine to their side of the pool, okay? Their side of the wherever. You get what I'm saying, okay? We have to stop doing the same things and thinking that we're going to get different results. So I encourage you to watch the video that I posted on YouTube about how to increase your masculine energy. There are a lot of content creators who specialize in masculine energy. I don't talk a lot about it because a lot of people get defensive. And if I'm a woman, that's the first thing they go to. Well, you're a woman, you don't know anything. But I respond to masculine energy, so I'm pretty qualified. It's like a person saying, oh, what men could teach women how to treat men? They're the ones who are getting the treatment, so wouldn't you kind of want to know? Because a man could tell you better than a woman that we're turned on by femininity and softness and not how much money you make. I mean, that's great. You have your own house, but don't lead with that because it doesn't get us excited. You see the logic when it's the other way, but suddenly when it's somebody who you feel is coming for you, it's, oh, I'm gonna be defensive. I'm literally trying to tell you how to get laid. Literally. And before the believers get mad at me, that includes husbands. You wonder why your wife isn't responding to you, because you got toxic energy. You wonder why she's not spreading it wide. She has a headache every night because she's shutting down. A woman's anatomy literally like we close. If we don't feel loved and adored, we literally close. That's why it hurts. It has been proven that even if a guy is really, really big, if he can make you comfortable, you can actually stretch and adjust and it doesn't hurt. I'm being so real right now because the spirit realm totally mirrors the natural realm. And so the woman who says, I'm not in the mood, or she's being honest. She's not in the mood. And personally, why would you want sex with someone who's not in the mood? Wouldn't you want someone who's like ripping your clothes off? Don't you want to feel like a piece of meat? Don't you want your wife texting you talking about, oh, what time are you going to get home? I found a sitter for these little kids because I need to get it like nasty. Don't you want that? Instead of you coming in like, come on, babe. And she's like, ah. I'm trying to help you. Ladies, you want someone that's just going to adore you and pay your bills and give their life for you. But you're listening to these women talking about, oh, he wants a boss babe and he wants a woman who wears the pants and he wants a woman who has PhDs and master degrees and MP3s. I'm just kidding. I know that's not a degree. Okay, it just rhymed. Listen to the people who have the opposite sex saying, yes, that actually works. This actually improved my marriage. Yes, I get laid more now. But be careful because some people are teaching masculinity and they're teaching femininity, but they're teaching toxic. And what did I say? It does work. But it comes with, a package that you don't want. Okay? It has a little care package at the end that you did not sign up for. So yes, you can learn feminine skills and you can get flued out and you can get handbags paid for and you can get this stuff. But you also get knocked up. You can get roofied. You can get beaten. You can get stalked and killed. Okay? So all that glitters is not gold. Men, you're over here, using your toxic masculine energy. And guess what? You're sending curses down your bloodline. Now you're setting your daughters up. That karma, it's going to bite you. God forbid, but that's just how I didn't make the system. Now you got 3 daughters and you're praying to God they don't come across a dog like you. Why don't we just do it right from jump? And if you are so desperate for a relationship that you're stooping down to toxic traits, that means that you have a void, a God-sized void in your heart that can only be filled by God. That's why it's a God size. If you cannot find a woman who is worthy to bring home to mom, that makes you feel loved and admired, you then need to focus on your purpose. And that craving you have for validation from a woman and love from a woman, you better get it from God. I promise you he does it. I don't get how he does it, but he does it. How could a spirit make me feel the same way as a woman? I don't know. It just works. Ladies, you want a man who's going to love you and adore you and cherish you and take care of you and give his very life for you if it comes down to it, but you keep spreading your legs to all these jerks. You should not be doing that. You should be getting your life together and becoming the best version of yourself. And if you're crying yourself to sleep at night because you're lonely and you're sad, you have a God-sized hole. You better go to God. God, I have this desire to be loved. I just feel this aching like I'm just not complete. I'm just not complete. I feel like I'm not complete. And he said, oh, I thought you would never ask. Come on, baby, let's go. I'm going to fill that hole. I'm going to give you peace that passes all understanding. I'm going to give you joy even in your loneliness. I'm going to make you feel so much love it doesn't even make sense. And in this time, you're going to work on your purpose. You're going to level up. You're going to become the best version of yourself. And as she's becoming the best version of herself, and he's becoming the best version of himself, well, guess what? In God's divine timing, boom, as you draw closer to God, oh, you come together. Trust in his timing. But understand, some of you can't get your partner because you're not leveling up. Stop being defensive. Stop being a victim. No matter what is thrown at you, greater is he that is within you than he that's within the world. I don't care how many man-hating feminists come at you. I don't care how much propaganda you see on the TV. God is mightier. And he can fashion a woman who loves him and is respectful to you and will give you her life. She will give you babies. She will give you honor. She will give you service. She will love you until death does she part, or you part, who's ever first. And ladies, there is a man out there who loves God more than he loves you. Therefore, when you're acting funky, he's still going to keep loving on you. He's not going to cheat on you. He's going to keep providing for you, even if he has to die trying. Stop putting your faith in human beings and start putting your faith in the man, the man, the creator of the man, the creator of the woman. Masculine energy. I'm going to close with some freebies, right? Because I gave you guys theories, but you're probably like, so give us some specifics. When a man can tell a woman no, that is masculine energy. He is not more scared of disappointing her than he is scared of getting off of his purpose. So the woman might be laying up next to you. She might be butt naked looking good. But if your schedule is, I work out every day, you are able to push her up. Babe, I love you. You look great. Take your leg off me, babe. I got to get to this gym. That's masculine energy. Okay? Feminine energy, if you're not married, I don't care how much you looking real good, man, with your beard, but no, I'm not letting you come home and sleep with me. No, this is reserved for my husband. I want to be a virtuous woman. Masculine energy says, I'm going to focus on the things that are going to build my future and not give me fleeting pleasure. So while other men are jacking off, watching porn, or going to sports bars and getting wasted drunk, I'm going to be sitting up studying for the bar exam. I'm going to be doing the thing that's not sexy right now, but it's going to be really sexy in about 3 years. While everyone else is going over here and blowing their money on watches and cars, I'm investing in real estate. Why? Because I'm thinking about my wife and 2 children that I want in a couple of years. That's masculine energy. Masculine energy says, if she's disrespectful to me, I walk away. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how big her booty is. If she disrespects you, she does not deserve you. Walk away before you become toxic. If she's screaming at you, popping off at the mouth, you don't stick around until you get so pissed that you accidentally get violent. You walk away. That's masculine energy. Be on your purpose. Let your yes be yes. Let your no be no. If you believe something is right, you stick to it, even if every other person in the world thinks it's crazy. Think about Noah in the Bible. How ridiculous did that man have to look? That he's over here building an ark when they have not had water for I don't even know how long. And I bet you his wife probably might have been nagging. This is my liberty, okay, just being silly. His wife could have been like, well, Barbara's husband doesn't build an ark. Barbara's husband is doing this. Like, Noah, why are you doing that? And the kids might be like, Dad, this is so embarrassing. Like, who builds an ark? Like, for real. This is super cringe. But he stood in his conviction because that is what God told him to do. Go build this ark. And he was not moved. And guess what? When that water started coming, all of a sudden, everybody's tune changed. Oh, that's my husband. Oh, the one who made the ark. Yeah, that's my husband. He had an intuition, you know what I'm saying? Like, he knew it, he stuck to it and everything. Yeah, that's my man. Come on, Noah, let's close that door. You are not more interested in the approval of a woman than you are the approval of God. If God put a vision in your heart, this is what I'm supposed to do, you stick with it. And guess what? The right woman will come along and be like, oh, okay, I see you, vision boy. That's how it works. But if you don't have trust in God, you'll get discouraged because it's taking 10 years for her to show up. And you're like, well, maybe I just compromise and get with this chick because her butt's big. No, that's not masculine. That's not divine masculine. All right, guys, I've held you long enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this content, and then share it from there. That's how you can support my channel. Thank you to everyone who has sown into my ministry. Thank you to everybody who is a patron, because you truly keep me going when it gets kind of low in the bank every month. But as I get this thing figured out, how to monetize and all that, you guys have helped me in the interim. I am so grateful that I'm able to do this full time, because it's really not possible giving you the quality of stuff that I'm giving you while working a 9-to-5. Because I do this full time, I can dedicate hours and hours and hours to studying the Word of God, studying from other authors, studying other content. I take this very, very, very seriously. So everybody who has reached into their pockets and financially supported me, I cannot thank you enough. To everybody who has emotionally supported me, that has a lot of value. I appreciate that. It really goes a long way. Literally, someone's words of encouragement are what got me here. They said, I don't think you know what you have, ma'am. You should really do this professionally. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So this stuff is real. Words have power, okay? So all of you who supported me and said, yeah, quit your job. We got you. We got you. Thank you, okay? I mean that. I love you guys. And I'm trying my best to always figure out a way to word things in a way that doesn't discourage you or make you feel attacked. But I'm still human and I'm still working on it. So if you see anything that you feel is a little cringy, pull me to the side, AKA slide in my DM and be like, hey, girl, I'm very open to that. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. I pray that until next time, you tell someone that you love them. And I hope it is wildly apparent how much I love you, because I do. You guys are awesome.